What is up, guys? NYK31 here. MLB The Show. Road to 162. We're almost there. 154. A lot of games. A lot of games. Every pitch, every at bat, every throw, every catch in the field, all done. No simming at all. So here we go with the Tampa Rays against the Toronto Blue Jays. And going to touch on the World Series a little bit as my New York Mets lost in 5 games to the Kansas City Royals. I tell you, life as a Mets fan, a Jets fan, and a Notre Dame fan my entire life is awful stressful. But you know what? I can't be mad at the Mets. Because honestly, they gave me a month of baseball that I didn't really see coming. I expected them to be above 500, maybe contend for a wild card, but be basically a year away. Turned out they were a year ahead of schedule. And, you know, when you're there, you obviously got to take advantage of it because nothing in sports is guaranteed. And things can change. And when you have the opportunity to win a title, you got to pounce on it and seize it. But alas, it was not meant to be. I didn't have a problem with Matt Harvey going out for the 9th inning. I have no problem whatsoever with how that went down. I mean, the guy was just pitching his guts out, was completely in a zone, locked in, dominant. Reminded me a little bit of a young Roger Clemens. His future is very bright, you know, pending his health, you know, holding up. That's the thing that you can never predict with young pitchers coming up is their durability. But, you know, going forward, between Harvey, DeGrom, Syndergaard, you have Matz, and Zach Wheeler coming back from Tommy John next year, you got a surplus of arms that they can either build around or look to trade a guy or two here and there to get a bat, which I would not do personally. The way I'd build the Mets going down the line would be to pay the pitchers, find some power arms in the bullpen, and shore up the middle infield and outfield defense, because that's what really came to come home to roost for the Mets in the World Series. Was their middle relief wasn't that good. Familia, who has been perfect since July, basically hit a rough spell, even though he was put in some rough spots. I mean, Game 1 was on him. That was the game that had to be won. And he served up that sinker that didn't sink, went over the wall, losing extra innings. But the other two weren't really on him. He was put into tough spots thanks to the incompetence of Reed and Clippard. But that's really the hole in the team, is that middle relief. And combined with Daniel Murphy coming home, or not coming home, but, you know, coming back down to earth, and his fielding deficiencies coming to light. You know, you saw where they weren't quite as a complete team as the Royals. I mean, what can you really say? All Lucas Duda had to do was make an accurate throw to home plate, and we're still playing, but he didn't. And the Royals are just better. They proved to be the better team, so there's no reason to rage, no reason to rant and rave. Great year. And you just look now to build around these pitchers. Be the 90s Braves all over again. You know, the Braves for a decade had Glavine, Smoltz, Maddox. You throw an Avery in there, a Millwood in there. You have a closer. You just need to shore up the pen. I wouldn't bring Cespedes back. He's going to ask for the moon. I wouldn't do it. I would plug Michael Conforto in the outfield every day next year. Murphy, I'd bring back at a reasonable cost. If someone wants to overpay him, let him walk. But Daniel Murphy's a guy who I would like to have on the team. He's a useful player. But I'm not breaking the bank, you know, for him by any stretch of the imagination. So I think the Mets have a very bright future. Anytime you have arms like that, they can, put on the hill every day, you're going to have a chance. So hopefully they. So that's pretty much my thoughts on the World Series. Congrats to the Royals. A fun baseball year. I really enjoy how baseball is being played again now in this post-steroid era. Baseball in the late 90s and the early 2000s was borderline unwatchable for me. I mean, you had these beer league softball lineups, everyone juiced to the moon, middle infielders you never heard of all of a sudden hitting 25, 30 bombs a year. It was horrible. It was like a cartoon. A lot of damage was done during that era, but the sport has dried out. I think it's obvious that the sport has dried out as power's at a premium again, both power hitting and power pitching. And I think that makes for a more crisp, faster moving game instead of these 4.5 hour slugfests that you used to see at the height of the steroid era earlier in this decade and also the first decade of the 2000s. So that is that. This game is starting to enter in the late innings. I have the Rays here, a half game into first place. This is game number 154. Everyone in the AL East is above 500, so it's been a competitive division all year long. I've been in the wild card hunt all year long, but I just finally got into first place for the first time all season behind some very good pitching here. You see Matty Moore dealing pretty nicely to a pretty stacked Blue Jays lineup in a scoreless game. So I'll let this play out. Love to hear your guys' thoughts on the World Series and on the baseball season, and I'll talk to you all later. Peace.
And now a pitch on the way. Lifted down the line in right and back out of play. Count holds it 0-2. 2 out, nobody on. The 0-2 once more. The next 0-2 misses, and that'll move it to 1-2 now. Next pitch will be number 100 for him now through 6 2/3. Just does stay alive as this is fouled back. He'll try again, 1-2. Struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays. Still no score. Stand in against the new pitcher as he'll do so with the runner at first and nobody out.
Come on, Blue Jays, let's go.
Here's the first pitch to him. Trying to get that go-ahead run to scoring position now as he puts this one down. And they're not going to have a play on him as the catcher just eats it.
Not sure if there was some indecision on where to go with the bunt or what, but it looked like he just thought he had more time than he really did.
Spot here in a game as close as this one.
And a chance at redemption, too, because he hasn't done much through his first 3 plate appearances, but he can make up for all of that with a base hit right here.
First offering on the way. Not fooled there as this ball's hammered out to deep right field. And that ball is out of here. It's a grand slam. So he will touch them all on the grand slam. Number 25 for him on the year as they move on top 4-0.
You talk about capping off a comeback in style, but we ain't gonna have to look far to find the biggest at-bat of this ball game. There it is right there. A grand slam that gives them the lead here in the late going.
John Jaso will get us started as they look for a little insurance here in the top of the ninth.
John Jaso.
Now the first pitch. And he leaves the fastball up there. Mistaken location. He is going to pay for it dearly as that ball is sent over the wall. A home run. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. 7 home runs for him on the year now, and the Rays have opened this up to 5-0.
When you're pitching this deep into a ball game and give up a home run like that, you got to be kicking yourself. There's no way that you can give up those kind of home runs. You got to keep the ball.
The right-hander deals on 1-2. And he puts a pretty good jolt into this one, high and deep to center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Around second, he'll try for third. And the speed of Jennings in evidence there. He's in with 3 bases.
Yeah, you know, this ballpark isn't always kind to home run hitters. You know, but with those deep outfield walls, you'll see your share of triples, and he's just going to keep right on going around second base and make it to third with 2 away.
In is the third baseman, Evan Longoria, as he'll come up empty there as he misses the off-speed pitch for strike 1. Seems like they're showing a lot of faith in this guy, leaving him out there.
And I think you appreciate that as a pitcher, but sometimes when you don't have it, you don't have it. Looks like this is going to be one of those times.
Comes set, now the pitch. Now a swing and a fly ball hit fairly well out to deep center field. Oh, and he misses it. The relay, and he'll get in there safely.
When you're already losing, the one thing you can't do is give away more runs. I mean, you're already in the hole. The last thing you want to do is keep digging, but that's what's happening right here. Things are going from bad to worse now.
Right.
And you can see him trying to be a little bit more patient here. He's got 2 strikeouts already, but he's got to be careful not to fall too far behind.
Oh, they have him looking awfully confused up there right now. It's 1-2. The 1-2 with 1 away. And he struck him out. And there's the hat trick, as that's his 3rd strikeout of the ball game.
Well, there's the true definition of a power arm out of the bullpen. He just reared back and said, go ahead, try to hit it. And he blew that 4-seamer right by the guy.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Another good win for these guys, and they're playing some confident baseball out there right now. That's their 4th win in a row, so they've got things firing on all cylinders.
One more look at the final line score there to see the great pitching performance that led his guys to the victory.